What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Miracle. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Oranos. His name is Gold Lion. And after that last game, boy, do you guys need a break? I need a break, but imagine these two players. They would be absolutely exhausted. I'll tell you a story about one of the first long tournament matches I ever played. It was in arguably the most high level vanilla tournament to be ever played, maybe after potentially WCG, which obviously is, even though the actual level of play was lower, the quality, like comparatively, the level of play in World Cyber Game was probably a bit higher. But this tournament, I believe it was called the Scent of Vanilla, where players like Magic was playing in it. I think even Iron Maiden played in it. Berserker played in it. A couple of these names might not mean much to you, but they were the best Age of Mythology vanilla players around. I think Avely was also playing in it, one of the best ones there as well. And I played. I think I got to the semifinals or something, and I was playing against Berserker, and we played on a map. I believe it was the Unknown. And the thing is, right, the Unknown is an awful map. It's a really, really bad map. It's not like competitive mega random. Like, it's really, really, really random. And so much so in a really bad way, in an uncompetitive way. And basically, it just meant that we couldn't do anything in the game. So the game just went obscenely long. And the series was a best of 9 series. And this was like the first game or the second game in the series. So at the end of this game, it was like an hour and a half game. I believe I built a wonder, and I started building a wonder, and Berserker said, hey, let's just not do wonders and we'll try and win just without wonders. I'm like, all right, I don't care. The game won't go on for that long. Surely we'll be able to work it out. It just didn't. It just kept going on and on and on and on. And then for the rest of the series, I was dead. So luckily for these guys, it's just a best of 3, but they still have to manage to keep themselves going in this game. If you do want to watch that game, I don't think I ever put a video out on it, but there's a recorded game site called RTS Sanctuary. You can go over and check out my profile there. I think it's uploaded there somewhere, and you can download it. You have to have vanilla to watch it, but you could watch it in your own time if you feel like it. I don't know if you want to watch it because there's a lot of nothing happening in that game, but it was a fun time nonetheless. Alrighty, so Miracle here, playing as Hades. We'll see how things are going to go here. Hades versus Oranos. We're talking a little bit about this matchup on Tropical Mirage. It's a really, really nice map. A really, really nice matchup for Hades here, because every town center is generally really, really good. Specifically, this town center over here with the giraffe and the back large gold mine. This town center over here. Actually, it's a little bit of an unfortunate spawn here, because technically the giraffe are on it, but they're a little bit far away from it. There are elephants over here, and the back gold mine, so to speak, is a little bit far back here as well. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this is all going to end up, as we do see an Ajax popping out over here for Miracle, as Athena is on the way. It's going to be moving across the map, trying to figure out what to do. Thundercloud Shawl is here as well. This is a very, very standard thing for Greek players against Atlantean. Getting out the early Ajax, push some harass into a citizen. One thing that I think that Atlantean players don't do, and I'm going to keep saying it until someone proves me wrong, is they don't utilize their oracles. Their oracles just sit around on the map and be a waste of population for an Oranos player for the entirety of the game. Obviously, you can see with them, so it's scouting information, but they are effectively, if heroized, they are effectively a Mamilo worth of extra assistance in your army. And they only cost 25 food, or not 25 food. They basically cost 45 gold and a little bit of food. So if you compare it to a Mamilo, they're actually cheaper than a Mamilo as well. So there's no point in not manually heroizing them, in my opinion. And you just want to then use your valor on your actual units. As Gold Lion getting harassed here, he will be getting himself his military buildings out, and he is actually going to have to sit here for quite some time and be idled, as these citizens are getting incredibly low HP'd at this point. As the Promethean Offspring coming through, going to be looking to come in and stop this town center from coming up straight away. As the Minotaur is already over here to defend this one. As Gold Lion, very, very slow to get going here, as the citizen here going to have to keep darting in and out of this manor. They can jump from one side to the other side if they so choose. The medium term are going to come in now, start harassing this. They're both so low HP. Gold Lion's made the decision here to just take the idle time and take the damage, whereas other Oranos players might just decide to run away from this position. As we do see the Valor getting dropped down. It looks like he only got two heroes there. As now the Chiron coming in, he's going to attempt to cause some problems, but the town center is up now for Miracle. No problems here. The Minotaur going to move forward as well to try and help out on this position. If he can snipe down that hero Momilo, that Minotaur is going to do a lot of damage. The Gold Lion's just simply going to retreat. Oh, sorry, Miracle is just simply going to retreat back. And the Sentinels come down. The Giraffe are being claimed. Second town center up for Miracle. And now Gold Lion has to think about what the next step is in this game. This relic over here is absolutely vitally important. If you see this relic against Hades, or if you see this relic in general, Thundercloud Shawl is definitely at the very least an A-tier relic. It's a must-grab relic. Every single civilization has got something that deals pierce damage. The Norse maybe less so, but still towers, town center, hill fort, ballista, trolls, all this stuff useful. But every other civilization, 100%, put some priority into grabbing that relic, put it into your temple, get yourself half of a copper shields. Will end up being a decent amount of extra stuff. Extra HP, effective HP. As the Chiron going to be retreating away for the time being, just scouting around, causing some problems. Still haven't seen Miracle dropping any military buildings here. He's got a lot of wood in the bank right now, but just not dropping a single military building. I'm not sure what his plan is here. Sometimes you can see Hades players rushing kind of like a semi-fast heroic off of 2 town centers. They go to about 80 population, or something like if you can get up to 80 population, you can kind of defend most stuff while sitting under your most sort of aggression while sitting under your town center. So we do see the Ajax has been sniped down. The unit's going to come in and try and snipe off the Sentinel here. This is actually a really smart play. Take down this Sentinel, take down this Sentinel. But look at how much HP this has. It's such a strong unit. Plus the town center helps defend it as well, as the Momilo going to be pulling back here for the time being. More units going to be piling in onto this location. Here's Gold Line is still sitting on one town center. We see the Chiron coming in, and now Miracle decides to put down some military buildings here, as the Sentinel will get taken down, which will allow Gold Lion to move through here. Miracle's now got himself watchtowers. He's got himself his military buildings coming down. He's defended his hunt relatively well. There is going to be access to Shockwave here, which wouldn't be a bad idea to use. Snipe off a villager or something. He's going to snipe one villager there for free, losing still more units underneath the tower fire here. This is the big thing that happened when... I'm not sure if this is actually true or I'm just making it up, but it feels like there was a time where Hades Sentinels, part of what made Hades' defense a little bit harder and the Sentinels a little bit weaker, was it felt like the Sentinels missed a lot more than they do now. And I think that's accurate. I think that the Sentinels actually, their initial shot hits more times than not. It's very, very accurate now. Someone can correct me in the chat about that if I'm actually wrong, but I think that's a thing. As we do see the villagers retreating away here, as a cheeky little Shockwave comes in, trying to snipe down as many villagers as he possibly can here. Gold Line now getting himself a second town center over there, and says, Maiden says that I'm wrong. I don't know if that's accurate or right. No, he says he doesn't know. Okay. I could be. It's a feeling thing more than anything else. I haven't actually read the patch notes in a very long time. But Ajax gets sniped down. Chiron over here getting pushed back as well, as these villagers are making a run for it right through the walls over here. They're very much out of position here. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to go, as Miracle is going for the Military Academy archery range play here. Now, there's kind of two schools of thoughts here. Now, one, Hades, if you can manage to keep your Toxotes safe, your actual aim with the Toxotes is not to fight. It's more so just to sit them in your base and defend with them. You don't really want to leave your base until much later in the game. But that is an option. We do see people going Hoplite Toxotes with Hades. It doesn't work with Poseidon. It doesn't work with Zeus because the Toxotes are much slower and they don't do the extra damage. So it's a lot less strong with those two civilizations. But I still think that from the start point here, especially if you've got the hunt that Miracle's got in this game, definitely starting off with at least one stable and Hoplites. You don't have to go up to more than one stable, but just one stable producing Hippocon is a really, really big assistance against those Terma that are coming out for Goldline. As we do see the town center now coming up here for Goldline. This is a bit of a timing here. I'm not sure that it's quite going to work out because Goldline's got a lot more population than Miracle does here. Sometimes you can see that there's a timing here that a two-town center Hades play can actually punish that third town center grab, but it seems here that Miracle just doesn't quite have the economy here to deal with it. As the Mamilo getting cleaned up as they're retreating back. As now we see Goldline swinging in onto this position, trying to look for something to attack here. As he's pushing down onto this location here, town center just hanging back. Military units going to be popping out sooner or later as the wall goes from full HP down to no HP. And this is one of the reasons why the wall segment problem or the wall hotkeys thing is a slight problem, because you never get to take advantage of the destruction of a long wall thing by sharing the building damage, which is another reason why it's not allowed in this tournament at the very least. And we saw that on full display right there for everyone to know. As Shaftmine coming through for Miracle. Trying to get himself all of that economy. Now, the thing here is that, generally speaking, the win condition for Oranos against Hades is a gold staff. Very, very rare for... very rare for Oranos to be able to beat a Hades player without getting a gold staff. So, how does Goldlion manage to get a gold staff in this position with Miracle having two back gold mines basically? Well, one option is a Tartarian Gate timing push with an idea of having Sky Passes on one side, Sky Passes on the other side, ready to start sneaking through the back here, hitting this gold mine with units hitting this gold mine over here as well. That's one idea. I definitely think Tartarian timing attack here has got to be the way to go. Alternatively, you can try and take the town center down, but I think that's a fool's game most of the time against Hades, especially if the Hades player has had as much success as he has had in this early stage of the game. As the armory comes down there for Miracle, and we see the walls getting broken down. Had Goldline attacked this wall segment there, that wall would have been broken down all the way to here instead of just there, instead of that location being opened up. You just have to make sure every wall segment is taking damage one piece at a time, and that connects all the damage, and you can take down entire lengths of wall. I think there is a limit to it, but you can take a huge amount of wall down with just one wall kill, which is absolutely insane. But it's part of what makes Age of Mythology unique and cool and great. As Miracle now pushes out, he's getting himself Sarissa here. That's an interesting decision. It's going to really, really help his hoplites. I haven't seen Sarissa grabbed by any civilization but Zeus in a very, very long time. As Miracle now pushing over here, we are seeing some raids coming in for Goldline. Goldline looking for some villager kills as the villagers going to be pushing into the town centers here. But there's going to be losing units sitting underneath that town center as the town center of Goldline. I mean, with 5 Hades Shades, 6 hoplites, you might be able to take a town center down, but Goldline smartly going to be getting himself Masons here as his army's coming back. We also see medium hoplites coming through. Sarissa almost through as well for Miracle. Plenty of resources in the back, ready to start putting this pressure on. He's got 66 villagers there in the back. He's going to probably try and take that town center or go to the heroic age here as the army starting to come through. Shockwave comes in. Big Shockwave. Goldline needs to micro this really well, though. That's a lot of Toxotes. You have to kind of split your Terma into multiple different different groups to snipe those Toxotes down, and he does manage to do that absolutely beautifully there. Miracle drops down to 110 population as now Gold Lion is in a really, really good position. He's now clicked up through Thea here, and that's going to be huge as well. As the Hoplites getting taken down there, we'll see how this is going to continue. The thing is, though, Aphrodite is on the way, and more Hades Shades are coming through here. Oh, God. Hades Shades. They're so strong. They're so strong. 110 HP, 7.2 damage, and they're free. And they're free. 20% hack armor, 20% crush armor, 20% pierce armor as well. It's absolutely insane. Someone's for some reason I got disconnected from chat there, but someone's asking how much this is. It's 200 wood, 20 favor. So for a Hades to buy Sarissa, and the reason we don't normally see it is that is effectively, Sarissa is effectively costing the Hades player 400 resources. Because one favor is roughly equal to 10 resources. If that villager wasn't on a temple, you probably would have been able to gather about a load of resources, about 10 resources. Obviously, depending on how many upgrades you have and all the other stuff. So we do see some low HP citizen here almost getting taken down as Goldline is still struggling here to defend as the Hades is just putting so much pressure on. How many military buildings does Goldline have? Is this another kind of just situation where an Oranos player just doesn't have enough units out, enough buildings out? Aphrodite comes through. Curse, there's no point in dropping it right now. 100 population here for Gold Lion. As the town center getting taken down, we are seeing Miracle also grabbing himself a third town center as now the Nemean Lions going to be starting to join in onto the fight. The Stymphalian Bird is here though. That's going to be a big help here for Gold Lion. There's more Stymphalian Birds coming through. Miracle's going to need to get himself out his Chiron as soon as he possibly can. And apparently there's another... Oh, there's the curse coming down. Apparently there's another cool fact that Shades get upgraded just like heroes do. Shades are a very unique unit. So yeah, very, very strong. As the Hoplites still trying to take down this town center with Masons. Do we see like anything else coming through? Miracle's got 1,500 gold in the bank right now. More Stymphalian Birds coming through. And it looks to me like Gold Lion has managed to just barely hold on to that town center as Miracle going to be retreating back for the time being there. Those Stymphalian Birds taking those down, those units down very, very nicely. Gold Lion has found himself a slight advantage here. But Miracle's now 3 town centers. He's got 80 villages, and he just needs to not lose here, and he wins. Might sound silly, but it's a thing. It's a thing. He just needs to not lose, and he wins. And how does he not lose? 1, fortress on this gold mine, potentially. Maybe a fortress over here as well. Being ready to start getting Petropolis, get to the Mythic Age. All those things here are going to be really, really helpful. Get out the Chiron to deal with these Stymphalian Birds. Gold Lion does have a lot of myth units here as this straggler Nemean line coming over here to snipe down a mana, but one Stymphalian Bird should be able to go over there and deal with that. As the Chiron coming through here, Gold Lion's got to be careful here. All you have to do is retreat the units there, and the Chiron gets out of position. But 14 range versus 15 range, the Stymphalian Birds, you just got to be careful where you have to control it nicely. You want to play the range game as best as you can. Keep the Stymphalian Birds at the back as if they are Son of Osiris, and snipe the opposing Greek hero as best as you can. Is now the town center getting repaired back up. The Nemean line going to be retreating away. We will be starting to see some cheeky Stymphalian Bird raids there onto the food of Miracle. That's going to be helping a little bit. Gold Lion's food is starting to skyrocket in this game. He's got his farm set up. I'm surprised to see him not taking more advantage of the hunt on this map. Building farms in this matchup, in this map, seems like a little bit of a wasted opportunity there to get yourself further and further ahead from the Oranos sides of things. But right now he needs to kind of grab gold, take villages off of food with 2,000 food in the bank. The other thing here is the Miracle, he kind of needs destroyers. Destroyers are a vitally important unit in the game plan of Oranos or Atlantean versus Greek, because if you can make destroyers, then your opponent has to make well, he's already making hoplites, but he has to make a pacifist to deal with them easily. And then you can just make Arcus and do really good things where that's concerned. Goldline still has Terma out as well. So we do see these Stymphalian birds going to be taking down a couple more villages here as the army comes over onto that position. The villagers getting pushed off of that location there as well. And we'll see how this is all going to go. I wouldn't mind seeing Goldline trying to sneak in here and put some palaces down as well at some point in the near future. As the Stymphalian Bird's still trying to defend over here, as Miracle and Goldline have come to a little bit of a treaty. Neither player is going to be attacking each other only. Now the town center on the back starting to get taken down. It's going to be forcing Goldline up here to continue the fighting, as this is a completely naked town center. It's going to be a much easier time here for Goldline to take that, for Miracle to take this fight. And I mean, honestly, the town centers of Atlantean, they're just not built the same as the town centers of Greek, Egyptian, Norse. There's the shockwave there as well. Karen getting very, very low on that HP, down to 19 HP there. But yeah, it only does 9 damage. If you take a look at the fortified town center of Miracle, I mean, he's got fortified town centers, which does give plus 6 pierce damage. And he's also got this one, which is plus 2.4 pierce damage. But 6 plus 2.4 is like 8.4, so 12 damage versus 9. So significantly less damage that the Atlantean Town Center actually does. So you don't have to be too scared about it. As Miracle retreats back in onto this position here, as the Stymphalian Bird's going to be getting some good damage done from the sky here. That Chiron is at 19 HP. He's going to try and sneak in here and get a little bit more damage done, but I imagine that Chiron is going to go down very, very fast, allowing the Stymphalian Birds to carry Goldline through in this fight, as more Stymphalian Birds coming in here trying to make this work. As we see Miracle pushing through yet again, as Achilles here. Not the most useful of unit, but it does stop Dryads from coming out, as Hecate coming through here for Goldline. I do have a rule with Hecate, and it's a pretty I would say tried and true rule. If you go through to the Mythic Age with Oranos before the 15-minute mark, you should go through Hecate. If you go to the Mythic Age after the 15-minute mark, going through Helios is going to give you a better chance of winning the game. What's the reason for this? Well, you know your opponent's going to be at full villages. You know that your opponent's going to have a lot more technologies, so they're going to be able to take down the Tartarian Gate much easier. And you know that you're basically playing for a late game situation. Now, Oranos versus Hades late game, most of the time the Oranos player's not going to be able to win that. But with Helios, you at least have a better chance. You get the upgrades for your Fire Siphon. The Fire Siphon is going to be able to stop any production of Heliopolis. The Heliopolis don't work against Fire Siphons at all. The Heliopolis actually win that quite hard. So the Hades player has to figure out a different way to push. And they can't push with buildings because you've got so much Fire Siphons. They can't do anything like that. You've also got the Vortex and things like that as well. This town center's now starting to get taken down yet again. There is a Stymphalian Bird in the main base of Miracle here, ready to drop that Tartarian Gate, probably down on this temple, wouldn't go astray. As you see Artemis coming through here for Miracle. Miracle is not a fan of going through Hephaestus in this matchup. Much prefers to just have that Earthquake as the Tartarian Gate gets dropped on the temple. Well, thanks for the raiding party. Mayogui Play. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope your stream went well. As the villagers trying to take down this Tartarian Gate. Miracle's still in a good position. He's going to be retreating back in onto this location here as Goldline. What is he doing? He's going to be raiding this gold mine over here as the villagers. Where are they? He needs to get buildings thrown up on this position. Fortress coming up now for Miracle as best as it possibly can, as fast as it possibly can here. And we'll see how things are going to be going. The Lampede going to be rolling in onto this position. There's the palace coming up. The units coming through here to deal with this. The Tartarian Gate now just about to be taken down. Goldline, he's got himself a very rare Architect's Tartarian Gate with 3,250 HP. That's the building upgrade for those of you playing at home. But The palace does not get up. The fortress comes up in time. Gold Lion's got mass Arcus right now, so he needs to start getting into like siege and stuff to continue pushing through. The longer this game goes on, the stronger Miracle is going to be getting with his Hades. Not only that, Earthquake is going to be coming in, but with architects and all these buildings around this town center, I wouldn't be surprised to see Earthquake not actually being able to finish off the town center completely here. Little known fact is Architects is really strong technology. But we'll see what Miracle's going to try and do with it here as the trade route started for Gold Lion in the corner here. Units pushing forward here as well for Miracle to push in onto those Arcus there. Miracle needs to get some fortress units out as fast as he possibly can. The palace is now up for Gold Lion, and we'll see how everything's going to go. There's the fire siphon popping out for Gold Lion in that moment there as the unit's going to try and continue fighting this. Arcus do lose to these Toxotes without having those beautiful destroyers to sit in the front and tank. It's going to be a tough one, and we see the town center on the back getting earthquaked here from Miracle. Really smart not to use that earthquake on that forward town center. He cleans the back one up. Gold Lion is going to have to put everything in to rebuilding this, and I imagine there's going to be some sort of chimera or something roaming around to put a stop to that. So Gold Lion's going to have to figure out how he's going to defend that one there. As 6 villagers getting that up, we do see a handful of Hades Shades moving in to stop this town center from going up there, as it's now 130 population for Gold Lion to 160 population for Miracle. Yes, as Gold Lion getting more palaces up here. The Fanatics coming through as well. As these units coming through to try and take out the town center, we see the Citizen getting cleaned. Well, not cleaned up, they're just going to be retreating away ever so slightly, but we'll see if he can get that town center up. He does need to send something over there, and like this, Miracle pushes in with 5 villages. 5 villages is going to be more than enough to delay this town center for quite some time. Gold Lion's going to have to retreat back over here. If he wants to get that town center up, he's going to have to retreat back and start putting some units over here to defend this. We see Dryads coming through to help out. Citizens are going to slowly get sniped down by the Toxotes here as the town center sitting at a very slow repair right there. Now the Chimera coming through. We see a hero Arcus onto this location here as the Hades Shades turn around immediately there to deal with that Arcus. The Chimera coming through, going to start burning down those villages with his special ability. Gold Lion is in a very difficult position now. His citizens are going to get all cleaned up. He's not going to be able to get this town center up. He's only going to be at 140 population here as the Murmillo pushing through here. More Citizen falling in this position. The Lava Caravan's trying to push in here to tank what they can, but it seems to me like Gold Lion, he needs to put more effort into this defense. The Symphalian birds flying over, they've got a long way to move to take out the Chimera. They are strong against the Myth units. They will be able to deal with that one there. Gold Lion, he's still got the score lead in this game, but all of this time that Miracle is bought by taking this town center down is absolutely vital. Right now, Champion Archer's coming through for Miracle, as well as he's got his trade route in the direct corner of the map. More Hades Shades coming through for Miracle to help him out in his efforts in this game. And look at this. The units chasing the Chimera across the map, not helping defend this town center. Beautiful play there from Miracle. Great distraction play as the Dryads trying to clean this up, but more villages are going to be getting cleaned up. And not only that, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Heliopolis starting to push in onto this front town center to cause even more problems for Gold Lion. It's not yet started, but it'll probably be a thing relatively soon as a Chimera now running past those Symphalian birds. Finally, some damage coming in onto that, but Gold Lion citizens getting taken down as we see one citizen dying. The Chimera now goes down, and now Gold Lion's going to have to come back over here and continue trying to get this town center back up. He's at 140 population, has his fortified town centers there. We do see that the Perseus is in as well, going to be able to one-hit those Dryads with his special ability here. As the Dryads pushing through the town center, trying to get built back up in this position. The Citizen going to be retreating away here as the units say no, not today. Not today, Sonny Jim. More units coming through for Miracle. He's just spending everything in to this settlement to stop this one from getting up, and it looks to me like Miracle is controlling this position too well at this point. Now, luckily for Gold Line, these Stymphalian birds cannot be targeted by Perseus' special ability. The only counter to the Stymphalian birds here is going to be the Chiron that that Miracle can build, the ranged hero. But we'll see if he's going to manage to do that. Right now, Gold Line is on 21 villagers, 21 citizens, so he's got plenty of those citizens out. He's four behind max citizen. Plus, he's got his trade route, so he can definitely come back over here and grab this one. As now the villagers are moving forward to try and grab these Gold Line positions here. Another problem here that we haven't actually noticed just yet is that the gold mine is just about to expire over here for Miracle. Miracle does have a little bit of gold left in his main base, so about 500 to 600 gold remaining. And with the palace coming down for Gold Line, Miracle... I told a lie. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Miracle has got himself 18 donkey caravans, so he's not going to be strapped for gold at any point here. He's easily going to be able... He's also got 1,300 gold in the bank. But Miracle will be running out of gold relatively soon here as the citizen coming back onto this position. One of the things that we talk about a little bit about when your town center goes down is that you need to make sure you put a palace down. Towers. Just trying to build the town center up by itself tends to just not be enough most of the time. As we do see some more military buildings coming down here for Gold Line. He's running out of resources here quite significantly at this point. More units kind of just fighting over on this position as the Hades Shades coming through to take out this ballast. This is really helping Miracle's economy stay afloat. Even though Miracle's got 100 villagers right now, it's just, they're so strong. Look at the upgrades. He's got dragon shields as well, so these palace just don't take them down very fast either. Iron shields, not dragon shields. Dragon shields is Thor's unique technology. Anyways, we'll see how it's going to go. And we do see a fortress now coming up onto this position over here to try and secure this town center. If Miracle gets that town center up for himself, it becomes a 180 population to 140 population advantage for Miracle. And it's a big part of Age of Mythology with where the win conditions of Age of Mythology are. There's several different places where you can actually win a game. 1 is in the gold, 2 is in the town centers, 3 is in the just killing your opponent outright. But we'll see how things are going to continue here as the raids coming in, taking more citizen out. Gold Line is struggling to continue here in this game. 116 of 140 population there, as now Miracle is making the move to grab the town center for himself. Can he do it right now with Gold Line having very, very little amount of gold in the bank? He's got a decent amount of food income. His wood income is way too high here, but he just needs a ton more villagers on gold. How are his economic upgrades going? He's got quarry here, so he's getting the max amount of gold he possibly can out of those villagers. Making Fanatics here to try and help him along here. Fanatics being the strongest unit that Oranos and Atlantean can make, but it's just not enough against this Hades army. As the Dryads coming in to try and slow this town center down from coming up. And now we also see those incredibly strong Heliopolis coming through for Miracle here, as the Arcus getting some good damage done on this side as well. But can he get the town center up? We see a palace coming up. The palace seems like it's going to be finishing first as more Dryads moving in onto this position. Gold Line now has some gold here to make some units as he's trying to come through and deal with this all. Meanwhile, more units coming through. The town center getting closer and closer to finishing. With the palace up, the town center is going to be delayed there as the palace basically can just counter a fairly large amount of villagers building that one. Citizens coming through to start shaking down, and now Gold Line might start realizing that he needs to do what he should have been doing ages ago, which many more buildings on this position, and he should be kind of okay if he can manage to get the town center back up eventually. Meanwhile, Fortress coming up on this position as well, so both players are going to have better control of this settlement here. Still no attempt from Miracle to attack this town center. He could do so much more here, like things like a wall getting put over here, and then Petropolis getting pushed into this position with some towers here. Miracle's got plenty of resources in the bank to get some extra kind of side builds coming through here. Chiron coming back into the fight here. Going to be dodging those arrows. Role-playing as Neo. One of the unique mechanics, maybe not unique mechanics, it's definitely in other Age of Empires games, but one of the mechanics in Age of Mythology is that you can dodge arrows if you move faster than 5.0 speed, as we do see Miracle garrisoning his Chiron in the fortress there to keep that one alive for the time being there. Now more villagers coming through. Fortress just about up for Miracle as the palace dealing with the Pounces over there on the back. The Stymphalian birds coming through here as best as they possibly can. Goldline is at population now, but what he needs siege, and he is making Fire Siphon to take this out. I don't know if he's got engineers just yet. We'll see how it's all going to go. Now we've got the Fanatics coming in, getting a little bit of raids over here. Destroyers coming through. I mean, Goldline could also try and do a sneaky attack onto Miracle's Townsend here with some sneaky Fire Siphons and stuff like that, as we do see one Fire Siphon coming up, and Miracle knows exactly what he needs to do here. Towers coming through. That's going to put a very, very difficult situation for Goldline to be in here, because towers, they cost no population. They deal damage. They deal basically 4 population worth of damage if you compare them to an archer. They deal 10.4 damage and shoot 2 arrows. Archers deal about that as well. At fully upgraded, you got 10.73 damage here for the champion Toxotes with copper weapons, and a couple of those unique upgrades there with Shafts of the Plague. So towers are basically that, and then you can also get guard towers to make them even a little bit more population in terms of just what they can deal in that position there. Now we see some towers coming up for Miracle onto the trade route of Goldline. He's not going to be able to deal with that. That's really, really obnoxious, though. We do see some Dryads coming over. The one thing that is, though, that while the Oranos is down 40 population, he does have access to the Hesperus tree. Hesperus tree building Dryads. Dryads do cost 0 population, and technically their stats are roughly equal to about a 3 population myth unit, basically like a classical age myth unit. You can compare them to a Sphinx or a Minotaur without the special attack. So basically a 3 population myth units. So right now, Goldline is basically, if he has all 5 of those Dryads out, he's basically sitting at 155 population. But in the Mythic Age, you don't really want to have a classical age myth unit. So that's the thing. They're not a useful amount of 3 population. You'd rather have a bigger unit than that. But that's his only option there to fill up his population slots, or his not population slots, his extra spots there. So he's trying to keep himself alive. We do see that the guard towers have managed to get themselves up, and look at these Dryads trying to take out the guard towers as best as they can. We see the market getting deleted there. The trade caravans can move back over to the other market, staying away from these guard towers nicely. Good play where that's concerned, as the Fire Siphon still coming back out to take down these guard towers. Miracle is finding it very tough to push through here. One thing he could do, which is brutally strong, there's this unit that is unique to Hades called the Gastropheity. If you've got Burning Pitch and you attack a building with that unit, it takes that building down so absurdly fast. And you could just come in here and you could just start ranging that town center, and it's really hard to tell that your opponent is hitting you with Gastrophetes. Super, super strong. You could also move that through into the home town center as well. Put some archery ranges in onto this corner here to start attacking the home town center, attacking this town center. Hades is one of the most obnoxious kind of side build civilizations because of that unit. I mean, obviously, Norse is a little bit more obnoxious because you can put side builds anywhere with infantry, but that's beside the point. The Gastrophetes are the strongest ranged kind of, well, maybe not the strongest ranged unit, but the most obnoxious ranged siege unit in the game for sure. As more fortresses coming up, as Goldline is slowly but surely getting himself set into this position to get himself this town center up. Will he be able to do it? The villagers, however, have finished up on that final gold line here, which means Goldline either needs to delete civilian units, right, and make more trade, or he just has to accept that his trade route is going to be, his gold income is just not going to be able to cut it here. He was having a good time of it here. He was making a lot of ground where Miracle is just not really managing to push anywhere. He's putting all of his efforts into this location. And this is exactly what Goldline wants. He's now got himself some watchtowers out. The Fire Siphon is still pushing forward. Fortress about to fall on this position as well, as a Heliopoli rolling through into this position. That's going to be a tough unit to kill. While we did say earlier that Helios Fire Siphon do beat the Heliopolis, that's not actually the truth. if you don't have that extra upgrade, it's basically an equal trade. And we'll see how things will go now as both players are just kind of ignoring each other's sieges. Both players going for their buildings. Still no attempt at taking this town center down. What are you doing? And no attempt at putting anything over here. Fire Siphon coming out, take down some towers here. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But this is yeah, this is one of those things where if you just get better and better at Age of Mythology, you realize you've got to kind of attack multiple different locations at once. Even if you put pressure on here, sometimes just the pressure on here opens up an attack over here, as we do see some more villagers wandering forward here for Miracle. Now, you also have to remember, they just played an hour-long game, and now we're already at the 36th minute of this game. Absolutely insane. Now we're going to see Goldline make an attempt to get this town center back up. We'll see if he's going to be able to do so. The Heliopolis is going to continue to come through. I'd much rather see Goldline put more towers down here rather than the town center up. We'll see if he's going to be able to do so as the Toxotes coming through to start sniping down those civilian units. Good garrison marker there from Goldline as he's trying his best to get some wins where that's concerned, as the villagers finished up on the elephant on the front where that's happening. And look at this. Miracle sneaks down the corner of the map, looking to put some buildings down here. Will he go for the archery range and start making some gas graffiti? Do not know. We do see the town center now with 7 citizen shooting this one up against one siege unit. There's only one civilization that can beat one siege unit. So against nearly every civilization, one Heliopolis, one catapult, one Petropolis is all you need to stop a town center from going up. Egyptian with like 1 billion villagers are putting it up, plus a ferry can outbuild a catapult. But we'll see if Goldline is going to be able to eventually get this up. Now we see the fortress coming up on this position. More villagers coming through here. Engineers now coming through for Goldline is going to be a really big help. It increases the range up to 15 here for Goldline's Fire Siphon. As more towers coming down, we will be seeing the Heliopolis still denying the town center here as the Arcus coming through to try and snipe down these villages here as best as he possibly can. And in that moment, with the fortress up in the corner here, that means the trade route is going to be put to bed, and that means that Goldline doesn't want to continue here any longer as Miracle manages to squeeze out a 2-0 win here in this best-of-3 game for the group stages of the Challengers League tournament, Oceanus Division. What an insane game here, an insane series. Miracle and Goldline. I'm excited to see how they're going to go in the rest of their group here. It's a very, very tough group for them to play, and they're both showing up here that they're both really, really strong players, vying for the prize. Not only that, but also for Season 4 of Champions League, trying to get into the top division where that's concerned, playing in the relegations. My golly gosh, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.